Elite Facts presents
10 amazing shark breeds.
10.
Great white shark. Let's get the most obvious breed and probably the ocean's most natural predator out of the way first. This great white shark is an exceptionally large lamniform shark found in coastal surface waters in all major oceans. These beasts are more than 20 feet in length and weigh almost a staggering 5,000 pounds. The great white shark is arguably the world's largest known predatory fish and is said to be the only surviving species of its genus. More than any documented attack, Peter Benchley's best-selling novel Jaws and the subsequent 1975 film adaptation, directed by Steven Spielberg, provide the great white shark with the image of a man-eater in the eyes of the public. And while it's true that these great whites have been responsible for viciously attacking humans, they typically don't target humans specifically as prey. Some attacks are fatal, sure, however, most attacks leave little to no injuries on the victims. They can be dangerous creatures, but not as dangerous as media has led us all to believe.
9.
Hammerhead Shark. The hammerhead shark is so named for the unusual and distinctive structure of its head, which is flattened and laterally extended into a hammer shape called a cephalofoil. The shark's eyes and nostrils are at the tips of the extensions. The hammer shape of the head is thought to help sharks find food, aid in close quarters maneuverability, and allow the shark to turn sharply without losing stability. Although their shape alone is interestingly unusual, it wasn't until late 2007 that scientists discovered that hammerhead sharks have the ability to reproduce asexually through a rare method known as parthenogenesis, meaning they are able to develop without the need of sperm. There are 9 subspecies of hammerhead sharks, with only 3 being a danger to human life. These 3 species are the scalloped hammerhead, the great hammerhead, and the smooth hammerhead.
8.
Cookie cutter shark. Probably the funniest looking shark on this list, the cookie cutter shark is a small, rarely seen dogfish shark. It's one of the smallest shark species in the world, but is known for having some rather unusual eating habits. The cookie cutter shark derived its name from its habit of removing small circular plugs of flesh and skin from cetaceans and large fish, including other sharks, similar to how cookie cutters remove circular plugs of cookie dough. It's hypothesized that the shark attaches to its much larger prey with its suctorial lips and modified pharynx that rotates its body to achieve a highly symmetrical cut. Even with their creepy eating habit, you have to admit, they look about as stupid as drunk people trying to take a photo at a party.
7.
Whale shark. Rhincodon typus, or more commonly known as the whale shark, is a slow-moving filter-feeding shark that is reportedly the largest living fish species to date, as it can grow up to 40 feet in length and weigh almost a staggering 15 tons. The whale shark can be found in tropical and warm oceans and is known to live in open waters. It's been reported that these sharks can live for up to 70 years. The species is believed to have originated about 60 million years ago. Despite its enormous size, the whale shark does not pose any significant danger to humans, as it is frequently used as an example to educate people with the message of not all sharks are man-eaters. They're actually quite gentle and can be playful with divers. Divers and snorkelers can swim with this giant fish without any risk, apart from unintentionally being struck by the shark's large tail fin, of course.
6.
Frilled Shark. You might think at first glance that the frilled shark is just an ugly giant eel, but it's actually a living fossil shark species. This species wasn't discovered until January of 2007, when a staff member of Awashima Marine Park in Shizuoka was alerted by fishermen who had caught a strange eel-like fish with razor-sharp teeth. The fish was identified as a female, pregnant, 1.6 meters long frilled shark and was captured by park staff who were concerned that the shark appeared to be unhealthy. They took it out of the water and put it into a saltwater tank, and after only a few hours of captivity, the shark died. The frilled shark is sometimes referred to as a living fossil, partly because the species has changed little since its prehistoric times. It was thought to be extinct until modern sightings like the one we mentioned in Japan.
5.
Megamouth Shark. If the name of this beast wasn't a dead giveaway, the megamouth is a well-known species that is recognizable for its massive mouth, with thick, rubbery lips that gives it an appearance unlike any other shark out there. As a matter of fact, it's so distinctive that it's technically a part of its own species. It's part of the select group of planktivorous sharks that feeds mostly on plankton. Like its fellow members, the whale shark and basking shark, it is a filter feeder. When it comes to size, the Megamouth is quite the giant. However, in comparison to its other filter-feeding shark brothers, it's the smallest of the two. These sharks have been known to grow around 13 to 16 feet in length and weigh an average of around 2,600 pounds. Might be the smallest of its family, but it's still quite the beast.
4,
Goblin Shark. This shark looks like something out of H.R. Geiger's Nightmares. The Goblin Shark is a deep-sea shark, and its most recognizable feature is, without a doubt, its very unorthodox shaped head, as it has a very long, pointed beak, unlike most sharks that have more of a rounded nose and mouth. Some other distinguishing characteristics of this shark are the color of its body, which is mostly pink, and its long, protrusible jaws. By that description, you can pretty much see why these sharks are named after goblins. The Goblin Shark hunts by sensing the presence of prey with electrosensitive organs in the rostrum or snout due to the absence of light in the deep waters where it swims. It's not until the shark finds its prey that it suddenly protrudes its jaws while using a tongue-like muscle to suck its victim into its sharp front teeth. It's not as vicious as some of the other sharks on this list, but it sure is practical.
3,
Sawshark. Much like the Hammerhead, the Sawshark is named after another tool you can find in your own shed. Okay, besides that obvious comparison, it's actually a group that is comprised of several species of shark that share a very distinct appendage. In this case, their distinct appendage is an elongated snout with teeth on the sides that they use like a blade in order to capture and kill prey. Most people mix up the Sawshark with the sawfish, as they both have a very similar appendage, as well as the fact that they both belong to groups that consist of different versions of their own species. The Sawshark is actually a much smaller creature when compared to the other sharks on this list, as the Sawshark only averages a size of 5.5 feet. Again, when compared to the sawfish, which can grow up to around 23 feet, the Sawshark looks quite tiny. But don't let the size fool you, as these sharks have the ability to really do some damage.
2,
Wabagong Shark. This is among the weirdest of species, as the Wabagong Shark is actually a group of carpet sharks that are comprised of 12 different species. The name carpet sharks refers to an order of shark with colorful, ornate patterns on their back, which can be reminiscent of a carpet. In the case of Wabagongs, the patterns are not meant to help them stand out or to attract prey, but rather to camouflage. Wabagong sharks have a very unorthodox tactic when it comes to feeding, as they'll lie in wait at the bottom of the ocean and snatch up any prey that comes too close. Completing the camouflage is a series of lobes attached around the mouth of the shark, which resemble weeds and help to lure fish. These sharks are known to grow to up to 10 feet in length, although most species measure less than half that.
1,
Thresher Shark. Coming full circle on the list, the thresher shark looks pretty standard when it comes to the shape of sharks, with the exception of its absolutely massive tail. Depending on the species, the tail can get to be half of the shark's total length, which can be up to 20 feet in the case of the common thresher shark, the largest species in the group. The smallest one is the pelagic thresher that only grows to 10 feet or 3 meters. The primary use of the tail is to catch prey, as it takes a bit of a brute method rather than the typically believed vicious method that most people would associate with sharks. This shark weaves through groups of fish and snaps its tail as it goes. Afterwards, it turns around and catches the fish that have been stunned by its tail.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.